first, before we get to the draft, what do you think about King James and where he might go next?
Well, I think there's, a lot of opportunities out there for him. Obviously, it was a formality that, him opting out, and I think it's a good, for him to do that. I think he can look at all his options and try to make a good decision moving forward, but I think he's most likely to end up back in Miami.
Why would you want to do that, though? Why, if you're LeBron James, why do you want to become a free agent?
Well, I think, there's a lot of reasons. I think one is you want to kind of see what the team's going to do to kind of build for the future and, who they're going to bring in. And at the same time, you want to just kind of look at your options. That's what the collective bargaining agreement does, is it gives players an opportunity to look at other teams, other situations, and, you never know. There might be one that woos him, and at the end of the day, he ends up somewhere else.
All right, let's get to the NBA, the draft tonight. So Cleveland, to my understanding, has the first pick, right?
Yes.
Okay, so who do you think they're going to pick?
I think my gut is they're going to take Wiggins. I think at the end of the day, Parker's probably the most ready for the NBA. But I think if you look at the future of Wiggins, I think down the line he could be, a real special talent.
And you have some players who are going to be in the draft?
I actually work with Isaiah Austin with my partner, Dwan Clifton, and, he's obviously was just diagnosed with a career-ending injury, and it's kind of, it's real sad because he was looking forward to hearing his name called, and, my thought was that he was going to be a late first-round pick, and
right.
It's extremely unfortunate, yeah.
It was Marfan syndrome, is that what he was diagnosed with?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay, and so what happened there? It was basically he went through a standard physical, and then...
basically at the NBA pre-draft camp, they test players there for a lot of different things, and, they found something abnormal, and they had him come back and do additional blood work, and in the additional screening is when they actually found the disease, and, it's extremely unfortunate. We found out I think 2-3 days ago, and it's just,
wow.
It's a sad day, but he's a great kid, and he'll bounce back, and I think he'll have a great opportunity to work in sports if that's kind of what he wants to do. I know he's going to try to go back to Baylor and get his degree.
How's he doing, by the way?
He's doing good. He's actually at the draft.
Okay.
So he was a guest of Adam Silver, so that was nice that they invited him out there, and I think
nice.
he'll he gets to experience it, so that's nice.
Okay, so for the others who get drafted, though, I mean, how important is it that they get drafted in the first round, Tony?
I think people look at the draft a lot of different ways. The reality is that it's not so much how high you go, it's to the team you go with, because there's so much opportunity out there that you just want to make sure you get to the right spot. Sometimes I tell kids you're better off being drafted 2-3 picks later than what you projected if the team is a better fit for you and you're going to go into a system that is more set up for your game.
And what do you tell these kids? I mean, what do you tell them when you're negotiating these deals? What can they accept and what can they not accept?
I think the key for a young, someone coming up through the draft is that you've got to play, and at some point they get so much, it's a popularity contest almost going into the draft, but at the end of the day, if you're a player and you got to be able to go out on every day and play hard, and every day is like a championship game, and they have to understand that it's not something they're walking into, and just because they were a star in college that they're going to be a star at the next level. It takes a lot of work and effort, and most games and talent is done in the summer when players really put in the work.